Okay, so we're on the third problem. The two long parallel wires carrying currents of different magnitude. If the current in one of the wires is doubled and the current in the other wire is halved, what happens to the magnitude of the force between these two wires? So we have two wires, and this one is carrying current 1, and this one is carrying current 2. We know that the equation that we will need is between these two wires is F is equal to mu I1 for the current in the first wire times the current in the second wire, and this is divided by 2 pi r, and r is the distance between the two wires. But it's really not important for this equation. There's really nothing that's telling us, what the distance is or anything like that. We don't even need to solve for it. So the force between two wires is proportional to the current flowing through one times the current flowing through the other, divided by the distance between the two currents, the two wires. So now the question says if we double this one to, let's say, 2I1, we don't know what I is, it could be 1 amp, and let's say this one is halved according to the problem, and it could be 1 amp as well, but let's say it's 2 amps. It doesn't really matter. It's just I1, I2. But what we notice is when we put these into this equation now, because the equation now becomes U0 times 2 times 1/2 I1 I2, I'm running out of space here, divided by 2 pi r. But the big thing here is this right here. So 2 times 1/2 is 1. So the force between the two doesn't change. All we did was manipulate this one. So if we actually did put in some numbers, let's say this is 1 millimeter. Doesn't matter what the units are at this point. Let's say this is 1 amp, and let's say this is 2 amps, and you can plug these into the equations. So this is 2, and this is still 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. So, and then divided by that. So it seems like a trick question, but it's really not. Again, it's kind of pulling back and taking a look at the just laying it out here, putting the two wires down. We know this one has I1, this one has I2, the distance is r. So those are the three variables for the force between two wires. And we're not given any information as to what the current is, what the force is, what the distance is, or anything like that. It's just a pure, simple, grab this formula, 2 times 1/2 is 1, the force doesn't change. Okay?